Here we are in London, one of the biggest cities in the world, for one of the biggest events in the world.
Yes, Seth, it's certainly going to be an exciting one. After years of preparation, London is finally ready to welcome the world to the 2012 Olympic Games.
Such a magnificent city, so many views with the Thames stretching away into the distance, and with so many new venues waiting to be tested, this really could be the best Games ever. The Olympic Stadium splendid, glowing like a beacon here in London's East End.
And there the Olympic torch, the iconic symbol of the Games, shining over the city of London. What an absolutely beautiful sight.
So many nations represented here, all ready to compete in true Olympic spirit.
Yes, 80,000 people they're expecting in that stadium, and it's going to be full to the brim. Not a spare seat in the house. Just imagine the excitement down there in the crowd.
Fireworks to show the start of these games, and the first event is first thing tomorrow. Go with the 3 meters springboard. This is all about the routine and the execution of that routine. Who's going to impress the judges? How brave is this diver feeling today? Not massively difficult, this dive. Well, that'll leave her smiling, I think, as she leaves the pool. That was pretty good. Let's take a look at that replay. Let's have a look what the judges have to say. Let's take a check of the leaderboard at the end of the first round. Well, we're on to the second dives then. There are elements of this dive that are going to be challenging, but overall, this is only a dive of medium difficulty. Well, plenty to admire for the athlete from Canada. That was a good dive. So at the halfway mark, second place for this athlete. It's a very good place to be in, threatening the leader at this stage. Going for the most difficult of all the dives available here. Has to pull this off. Crowd responding to that. Here's the replay of that. Technically, not much wrong with that last dive, and I'm sure the scores will reflect that. There's no doubts that the crowd have enjoyed the performance of this diver so far, but can they go on and put in a superhuman effort here with one of the most difficult dives on the book? Here are the scores. Everything riding on this dive then. Well, this is an ambitious, bold and brave choice. Can this athlete do it? Satisfying stuff from Canada. That was a really good dive. Here's the replay. This is a really good dive. Well, let's have a look at the scores. Well, this athlete's delighted. Qualifying for the final was always going to be tough, but they've done it. The Olympic Stadium, and the next event is the 200 metres, half a lap of the track, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of support for these 8 athletes. The athletes take to the blocks.
Set.
They're away. Really should be in a better position, approaching full pace. Approaching the halfway point. Canada are in first place, China in second. It's going to come down to the finish on the line. Canada qualifying first, China go through in second place, and making their way to the final in third, it's Kenya. Well, that's a close one. Well, let's have another look at this performance. What a performance it was. So much to... Plenty of crowd support here. They're all ready to get this event underway. Well, if you want to look at the history of this event, there's one athlete that is head and shoulders above the rest. And there's no doubt that their track record stands them in good stead for this competition. Well, has every right to be disappointed here. The judges won't be best pleased with that performance, I don't think. That round shows just how strong this competitor can be. The question is, though, is it a repeatable performance? Well, things really haven't gone to plan so far, so a more difficult dive would certainly help. Not the best or not the worst dive I've seen from this Canadian diver. Here's the replay, and I think there will be a number of faults we could pick out with this. Has to have a good dive, has to look at the rating of difficulty. More than satisfactory, that dive. Here is the replay. That's certainly a respectable dive, and the score should reflect that. Well, this is a gamble, calculated. This is going to be really tough. Well, that's good elevation, and the entry is decent into the water. Not going to be this diver's best effort, though. A superb result. Here we go then, a capacity crowd to watch the men's 200 metres final. 8 athletes ready to do their bit. Half a lap of the track. Lane 4, Canada. Quite rightly, this athlete is trying to whip up the crowd, trying to get some support. They're responding well. We're off, we're underway, and that's a really good start. Needs to be better at this stage. Into their stride in the early stages. Real test of endurance in this sprint event. Close race here through 100 metres. Leading the pack, China. Very, very tight at the front of this. China take gold. Kenya finish with a silver medal. It's bronze for Canada. To take a medal at the Olympic Games is always a good sign. It doesn't matter whether it's silver or bronze. A really good effort. A decent start in this one, and now the replay just shows into the stride. Hands and legs moving so well together. When it came down to the finish on the line, good strength to go through the tape. Another good performance. Let's round things up then with a quick glance at the medal table. To this beautiful Olympic stadium built specifically for these games. This really is the jewel of the crown. Absolutely sold out. What a venue this is. Well, it may be called the long jump, but you do need some height to make sure you get the distance. Here we go again then. Foul. Well, this will be a no jump. I'm afraid to say there'll be a red flag, and that's frustrating.
Next, Yaki from Canada.
Here we go, attempt number 3 then. Needs to get more height on that jump to land in the pit. Well, the scoreboard doesn't lie, and sitting in 5th place after that round is what this athlete's looking at. That's good. That's really good. This is excellent. Well, that's another good takeoff and a good landing too. Here's the replay.
Next, Yaki from Canada.
The fifth attempt. Well, looks like a foul to me. We'll wait to see what the judge says. Great speed on the runway. Can he follow it up with good technique? That attempt isn't going to count. Oversteps the board and into the putty. Terrific atmosphere, and this really should bring the best out of these athletes.
Absolutely no room for error. They only get one chance in this event, so selection of the routine is vital. Well, what a finish to that trick. Executes that perfectly. Well, just jumping up and down isn't going to score him any points here. Oof, what a finish. Landing on your back. That's not how it's meant to end. Well, he really needs to get the tricks in now. Oh, he finishes the trick landing on his back. Oh, he really executes that beautifully. Well, bouncing nicely here, but really needs to get into the routine now. Great work with the routine there. Oh, that is precision right there. Oh, come on, we really need to see the routine now. Oh, this gymnast landing on their front there really needs to learn how to land on their feet. Well, he needs to get the tricks in now to get some points on the board. Oh, on your front, he really needs to pick it up now. Well, he really is leaping high, but he needs to get into this routine.